Hello, everybody. Buddy with Midland, Texas. Tonight, I was talking on Facebook about the underground homes, and it was specifically about one of the many people that I documented as saying that tunnels and underground homes are here near my house in Midland. Was a guy that was running for Midland County Sheriff when I secretly recorded him. Joe Lazano was his name. And then I found a map of one of the 4 3-bedroom underground homes showing that it was located in my backyard on Google Maps. I contacted the city, told them about it. It was deleted about a week later, but I got a picture of it. That explains the 4 murdered deaths here that Aaron Packover said happened here before I was shot with my phone lines cut in a premeditated capital attempted murder. The underground home is in the backyard, okay? And here's this little short, it's a little clip from that phone call with Joe Lazano. And you can see here, Joe Lazano, the 4th candidate running for Midland County Sheriff, and he was running on the basis of corruption down here. Can you imagine corruption?
Well, once I seen your sign, I thought, well, I wanted to reach out to you. I don't know if did your son pass on that information?
That's how I found out about you.
Okay. I secretly recorded a woman on the phone who told me there were 4 3-bedroom underground homes that are 25 foot deep, and each of them cost over $1 million. She told me they were having pedophile parties in these underground homes. This is posted to my YouTube channel, that phone call. Another woman told me that she worked on the underground project, which was finished in 1987 while Bush was vice president. The Bushes are from Midland and were in the oil field business. She said the total project cost was $7.35 million. I have a screenshot of her telling me this. A guy named Ricky Ronaldo tells me that he used to live in my home, and him and his brother used to go in the tunnels under it. I have a screenshot of him saying this. A woman named Rhonda Denman Rogers tells me that the underground facility is a half block away, and I also have a screenshot of this statement. She didn't say it was 1.5 blocks, so she knew exactly where it was at.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
Buddy, that was Painter's hideout thing.
He said that was Painter's hideout thing. Painter was our former sheriff. He was the longest running sheriff in the state of Texas. He's really famous, Gary Painter. Okay, and Joe Lazano got secretly recorded during the election for sheriff, telling me that the underground homes that I just told him about was the hideout for Sheriff Painter. Okay, I mean that's huge news. It was hidden from the public, and it should have been front page news, but it was hidden from the public by our corrupt press and corrupt police, and that's what allowed Criner to win the election. He's running for sheriff again right now. We're going to have another election in March, and the public doesn't even know that. Okay, here's the map that I found. Actually, a lady contacted me and says, go look up your home on Google Maps. And I did, put in my address, 3802 Fair Circle. On the satellite screen, you don't see anything. But when you go to the map screen, you see a large building in the backyard. That's my home. There's my home. And so there's a large building underground right here. That's one of the 4 underground homes that I was told about. It's in my backyard. So I notified the city of Midland, and I said, there's multiple people documents saying there's underground homes there. There's supporting evidence on Google Maps. And a week later, it's deleted from Google Maps. So now if you go there, you can't see it no more. And I guess that's like, as far as I'm concerned, that was it was tampering with evidence to cover up capital murders. That's what I believe it was. Okay, and here I want to show you a print screen of a Facebook conversation I had. This lady told me, she says, I've had a lot of people here recently in the past week talking a lot about the underground homes here and discussing the underground world here in Midland, how there's a game room here that all the high officials go to, and bet money, and win money and whatever else is they do down there, i.e. prostitution. But I hear more and more people talking about it. Okay, she's the one that's telling me high rollers were using the underground homes, if it was an illegal casino game room. And then she, without saying prostitution, she mentions it. That's what she's talking about, And then I also talked about, well, that underground home in the backyard, that explains why Aaron Packover here told me, he said, but if I can ask, there were 4 people who were murdered, died in your house. What are their names? See, he knew the names. I didn't know the names. That's 4 people before they cut my phone lines and shot me. Okay, so then here's the question. How did Sheriff candidate Joe Lazano know that the underground homes had been the hideout for the late Midland County Sheriff Gary Painter? That's a good question. How? Why? You know, my theory is that Joe was in the clique with the people connected with organized prostitution, and that was what was going on in the underground homes. He was one of the 61 prominent people that have been busted in the famous Odessa Healing Hands prostitution bust in 2004. This is so famous, they made a movie out of it, okay, on Lifetime. 61 arrested in Healing Touch case. This is Odessa American Online in 2004. Including prominent attorneys, business owners, and a senior editor for the Odessa American, slogged into Rain Slope Park throughout the morning to surrender as suspects in a year-long prostitution investigations. Says warrants didn't name 17 other Odessa Police Department's makeshift booking station, including one of a former Ector County ISD board member, okay, was one of the ones busted. And then it was at the Healing Touch, not Healing Hands, Healing Touch Massage Parlor, gives the address. You had attorney, community volunteer Scott Tidwell, former deputy district attorney Lee Hadwell. See, that's why what's going on in the underground homes here. It's why I believe nothing's happened, because you have high rollers in there like this that were in there, and this is what was going on. You know, organized prostitution. And also, let's see, it says people from Lamesa, Monahans, Robert Lee Seminole, Andrews, and Artesia. Gene Powell, he was assistant manager, editor of the Odessa American. You know, all the news stations around here, they won't do anything with all the proof and evidence I found about these underground homes and all the crimes and murders connected with them. Other people, prominent rancher James Buzz Ratliff Hurt, Vince Fines, owner of Odessa Insurance Company, Signe Ingram, owner M&M Elevator, school board member Thomas Lee Simon, and that's only a few of them. Joe Lazano was on there. That's why I think he was in the clique, and that's how he knew that Sheriff Gary Painter was in them underground homes, and was going on in the underground homes, and that's what was happening here. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.